Thank you for being with me today. Today, we're going to just go through some real basic colors. And I'm choosing to go with my green eyes, colors that really will go with that. Right now, I have a promotion going on about our spring makeover, and I'm doing that either virtually or in person, depending on your location. So I will put a form down below. Just go ahead and fill that out if you want more information. Otherwise, send me a DM and I will give you the information. There is always time for you to have some self-care. I noticed that from the weather changing, my nose is very raw around the edges. So when I'm down here at my table, I use the Clinical Solution HA, which is the Ceramide Hydrator. And it does just that. I use it on my forehead to put hydration in. This time of the year, it is a lot drier. And so that helps with adding a little bit of hydration, extra hydration, besides my daily moisturizer. And I like to put it around my smiley lines because that will kind of give that a little bit of plumpness because it's hydrating that extra, as well as the lines around my lips. And then I will take my Volume Firm Lifting Serum. This helps with brightening the skin. It also has the Volume Firm patent in it with the ingredients that help plump your skin up and give it a little bit of lift. I always follow up with my eye creams and I put them under my eyes because these are areas that are softer. Sorry, I can't squeeze it out. My hands are a little slippery. And on my lids. Then as normal, I turn the applicator around because this will help rub it in gently. It also is a cooling, the titanium tip is cooling to your skin. And if you have any kind of puffiness, it will take that and just smooth that right out. I always bring this out to these little lines right here because part of an eye cream is to put that hydration specifically for your eyes. That is why you never add a facial hydrator on your eyes. It's usually too heavy, and it is also not made for the thinness of that skin. And then as that kind of melts in, I will take my Satin Lip Shea Balm and I will put that on my lips. If you want to take that one step further to any kind of fine lines, go to the Time Wise Age Fighting Lip Liner, Lip Primer, and bring that up around your lips. That will help when you put foundation on. It also helps with the aging around your lip. So now I've prepped my skin, and these are all steps that are really important. I use the age cream. This has a 30 SPF, and it is a broad spectrum SPF. If you and I sat together in a spring makeover for Say, that's what's going on right now. So if you would like to spend a few 45 minutes to an hour with me, we can do that virtually. We can do it in person, whatever works best for our schedules. And one of the things that I do in that is I use a color card specifically made up with certain colors depending on your eyes. And mine are green, hazel. They have a lot of gold in them. And so I'm going to stick to some of the colors that I would find on that color card. 3 steps for doing your eyes, and we're just going to go from there. So primer my eyes, and I do this just because it helps with my lids. If you have any part of oiliness in your face, which I don't know what's going to happen, whether it's going to be cold or hot, so I always use my primer because then it will help grab that oil on my lid throughout the day. Concealer, and I'm just going to put that on my sponge and I'm going to tap that in. I'm using a deep ivory. In the summer I go to the light beige. I'm getting out my blonde precision eyebrow pencil and I'm just going to help fill these in. Okay, so I'm just going to use 3 specific colors. We're going to do the biscotti, which is this color here, and then we're going to do the rose gold. Is a little bit of, got a little bit of a red, not much at all. They call it rose gold, but it's more on the brown gold tone, and then cinnabar, which is a little bit more of a got a little bit of a red in it, not a lot. The other color that you could choose would be espresso. That would be like a definite brown color, and that would look really, really good with it. Or you could go with the golden mauve, okay? But we're trying to stay away from the pinks, and we're going to stay more with the browns. So we're going to start with the biscotti, and I'm not going to get real crazy with the brushes, but I do use one for light colors and one for dark. So I am going to start with the biscotti, and I'm just going to put that all over my lid and right up under my brow. Wearing this as an everyday, like you've got to go to work or you're taking the kids somewhere, it would be a great option. Now the rose gold is going to go more on the crease area, but I'm going to keep it really far, really close down. And the reason for that is because I don't want it to go too high because it has a lot of sparkle in it. You're going to see I'm going to blend this in. So I'm going to flip this over. This is my 2-ended brush. I just love these. It's really lovely to have around because it's pointed and then it is a flat type of brush. It's one of my favorite brushes. I actually have 2 of them up here and I use them. One is always for one color and one is always for the other. Now, the other, I'm going to use this one again. I'm going to go back in. I think what I'm going to do is instead of using the cinnabar, I am going, because that's going to make it a little bit more of a pinkish tone, I'm going to go directly to the espresso. And the espresso is just a dark brown. So I'm just going to dab this in because I was trying to keep it lighter, and espresso is a very dark brown. I'm going to use the rest of what I got over here. I'm just going to bring this right on up. And I say this can be used every day. If you're if you're new to this and you like, okay, I'm going to wear a couple more colors than just one, or I'm just going to start wearing colors on my eyes, just start out with one and perfect that. You know, I didn't wear a bunch of colors when I first started. For 6 years, I wore one thing, and that was our liquid. It was like in a little round palette. I would use my finger and just dab it all on. It was either perfect or it was a hot mess. I didn't really pay attention to that. It wasn't until about 10, 12 years ago that I started really deciding I need to take a little more care and a little bit more tutorial on it. When someone said, how do you do your makeup? And I thought, oh my goodness, you know, I was in this beauty industry, but I did it on myself, and that really was not my forte. I love the skincare because that is what sold me, was how soft my skin was when I got done using the product. So that is all I'm going to do to my eyes. Now you could follow up with a liner, and if I did anything myself, I would use the brown, but you can certainly come back with the black, and we could do that very quickly. I'm not going to make any kind of wing. I'm just going to line my lid, and if you want to see how simple this is, how easy this goes on, and within minutes It's dry, it's waterproof, and it does not smear. So I like to put this very, very thin, very fine, and very minimal, but it will just accentuate my lashes a little bit. If I was gonna get really, really dressed up, I would do my wing on here and go from there. So I've got those done, and I can put on my mascara or I can wait, and I'm gonna choose to wait. I'm going to go with my base, which is our foundation primer. Very, very silky, very lightweight, and the reason I do this is because of my combination skin, and it also helps smooth out the fine lines. If you are like me and you have a tendency to get warm very easily, this will absorb some of that. We have like 3 or 4, we have actually 5 types of foundation. We have our powder, but today I'm actually going to go with what we call our CC cream. And this has a broad spectrum sunscreen of 15, as well as our foundation primer has a 15. So we're just layering sunscreen on top of it, of each other. It's not going to add up or anything, but I'm going to go with what we are is our light to medium, and the reason for that is because I just want something very light, and I want something very easy to cover and on the go kind of. I'm not going to go out. It's snowing again. I'm not going to go out any place in specific, but this is a fabulous foundation for anybody of any age. It has a little bit of moisturizer in it, so it hydrates your skin. So if you are a person with very dry skin, this will make your skin look really voluptuous and life and give it a lot of energy, because it is a hydrating. And so I'm just going to dab this around. We can just talk about some of the other. So one of the other foundations we have, it has a pink line on the back, and this is the Luminous. And the Luminous actually will give you the same outcome as the CC cream. The difference is it does not have any SPF in it. So if you have allergies to that, you will not have any problem with that. And it is just a little bit more coverage. It's not thicker, it's just a little bit more coverage. And so it will give you a little bit better wear. So if I show you right here, so you can see these little spots. Let's just take some of this. I'm going to just put a little light. I'm using a different brush, so I don't have the other item. I'm using it as a stippling motion instead of a brushing, just because it will apply it a little different. See the coverage difference versus this one? You're going to see a little bit more. I could put a second coat of that foundation on, and it would like go away, literally go away. The other of the same of that would be, which one is this? So the other formula is purple, and that is a matte. Okay, this is what I wear in the summer because I'm very combination. So the difference between these, the first one and the second one with this one, is this gives me a very matte finish, right? See how you get like a nice glow? You can actually see the difference. This one here is glowing a little bit. This one's just a very matte. I'm going to take my big fluffy brush. I'm going to put it in our translucent powder because I don't want to change my color. I just want to set it, okay? I do not always do this when I'm going out, but I'm getting hot as I'm sitting here, and I need to because it's starting to get a little, I can see it from here. You might not be able to, but I can. Okay, so the last thing I'm going to do is my mascara and cheek color. Now, we could get all crazy and do our contouring, which normally I would. But I'm just going to put a little color here. I'm going to take my nude. These liquid lip colors these liquid lip colors. There's 5 of them. This is the nude. It's a very nice matte. There is a mauve Moments, which I wear all the time. And then also a red, and then a berry. We are going to do our mascara, and I am going to curl my lashes so I don't have to play with them all day long, because my lashes have a tendency to stick together if I don't take long at all. And I'm just going to use the Ultimate mascara, because I have my lashes, as I'm getting a little bit older, are starting to disappear. So when I do put it in the areas I like it, what we did was we used the colors that would come in my color card, which is what I would mail to you, and you would be able to sample them. And then it also will give you explanation as where to put them, but you and I will do that together. And so I did my look. It has the 3 color choices that I put in there, and that is our biscotti, our rose gold, and our espresso. And then I just finished it off with the brown waterproof eyeliner, brand new. And then on top of that, I used the Ultimate mascara. I did go through a couple different foundation options that you get during our sit down or during our virtual, and that choice is up to you depending on what your skin type is. The finish is going to be very natural, very easy, and very simple for you to recreate. So send me a quick DM if you like this and what you would like to try, whether your eyes are blue, brown, or green. The lip color I finished off was our nude liquid lip color. It is a fabulous option. We have 5 colors, and they go on very, very nicely and very easily, and they stay on, they last. If you see me put anything on, it would be the nude, and then we have a mauve moment. Love those 2 colors. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button. Remind me, hit that notification bell so that everything that I put out, you will be reminded of. And as always, don't forget to hit the DM or fill out the form. And I hope to see you on the next